Okay, as always, how about that intro? Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back, as we like to say here, to a brand new episode of 27 Outs. As always, I am Ivan alongside Stefan. Well, before I pass it over to you, Stefan, it is unfortunate that we are no longer covering the World Baseball Classic, right? As fun as that was for Stefan and myself, but also for the viewers who enjoyed the content, right? Like we had a lot of people here for those watch alongs. A lot of people enjoyed the clips as well, across multiple platforms because you could find us all over the damn place. Um, but now it's that time. It's that time where we clock in. We got just a couple more days before we officially got to put our feet on the gas pedal. But yeah, it's that time, man. How's it going, Stefan?
I'm good, brother. I'm good. I'm just hearing you talk, and I'm like, give me a couple more days because we're in the middle of March Madness. We're in the middle of the next season's about to be done. I mean, I
How's
selfishly,
how's the March Madness? Because I've never really gotten into it, but you watch it all, so you got to tell
oh
me.
my god. So March Madness is a single elimination type of thing where if you lose, you're done. You're like it's done. So
So one and done, then, right?
yeah, so basically what March Madness is one and done. And how it works is that you go through each round has two games. So for example, as you know, I'm a fan of Duke, right? I have not watched anybody else in the tournament but Duke because I don't care. Because I think we're gonna smoke whoever comes out.
Right.
That being said, I'd be lying to you if I wasn't a little nervous about what happened today. So, story time, boys and girls. One of our boys, Emilio, is a huge St. John's fan. Guess who Duke gets in the next round?
St. John's.
Because they won at the buzzer today against Kansas.
That's crazy.
So, just understand, Big Spanish, if you're watching the show, the amount of shit talk that's coming your way in your inbox, I wouldn't want to be you this week, brother. It's go time. But to tell you I'm a little nervous because them St. John's boys can play. The reason why I like college basketball and we're leaving now is because it's what the NBA used to be. Physical, tough, they play hard, they don't cheat the game, they do everything you want to do when you're trying to win. They still got that love of the game. Like they don't shoot threes every possession. It's not a ugly, it's not a pretty game, it's ugly. You got scores that be like 51 to 53, and that'd be the final score. But it's good ball. It's well contested ball. I kind of wish that more games were like that. I kind of wish more games were physical when they played for some pride and it wasn't just them being, oh, let's shoot 1,000 threes.
Mm-hmm.
All I'm saying is, if you expect us to be here this weekend, Friday is out. Saturday I could give you, but if they win, Sunday's out too. Because now we're heading to the Elite Eight.
Wait, but we are coming back. What is it? Wednesday? Giants and Yankees is on Wednesday, right? So we are mark your calendars, put it on your phone, whatever it is that you use to remind yourself. We're gonna be doing a watch along for that game. It will be on Netflix. So hopefully everybody got Netflix. If not, then we might have some issues coming our way. But yeah, we still have a show to do here tonight. We have a lot to talk about, actually, right?
Oh my god, yo. I feel like we ain't did a show in like a week, but we just did one the other day.
We did several.
No, you know what I mean, bro. So look, I want to start with something specific. I want to start with a specific division. Let's just go here, right? Because I've been trying to find the words to describe what I'm feeling. You know, the division that got me the most upset is the AL and NL Centrals. You're gonna think, well, why? Why are you upset? Why are you angry? Who pissed in your post toasties today? Who done pissed you off? Well, I'm here to tell you, I'm here to tell you, um, I'm very, very, very upset with the way some of these players have been. Let's just use the word manipulated,
Mm-hmm.
because I understand you don't want to rush nobody up. I get it. Now, Max Clark of the Detroit Tigers, I know people turned off. Wears 1,000 chains. Get it. Not a nice cup of tea. 1,000%. Not mad at it. If that's the way you feel, cool. My problem is that I think the Tigers need to tell him to tone it down a little bit. I don't need to see you on the field with 1,000 chains on, my boy. I'm not saying you can't express yourself, but you can't be as bad as you've been in this spring training with 1,000 chains on talking spicy. I can't have that. Especially when there's another young blood in Tigers camp that is out here turning heads. The shortstop that everybody think is going to be the shortstop of the future. Why am I blanking on the brother's name? I just had his name. Kevin McGonigal.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody thinks that kid's going to be the future. He is out here balling, giving people the business. And I'm sitting there saying, okay, cool. If that kid is ready to play right now, Ivan, especially at the shortstop position, why is this kid in AAA?
Right.
Can somebody explain to me? And we're not Tigers fans, but we love the game.
Yeah, no, I think that's a valid point, right? Especially if let's say the Tigers, because this could very well happen, right? Let's say the Tigers actually hold on to Tariq Skubal. Why wouldn't you want to really go out, with a bang and say, well, you know what? Like, not only did we bring in a Framber Valdez, which is exactly what they did, but we also had enough faith and belief in this young guy who we believe could be a huge part of this organization moving forward. So why not show Scooby? And I don't know if this is something that would work, but just to kind of show him, like, hey, big fella, I know for some time now it probably has looked like we haven't really been trying, but we want to make sure that if we are going to ride out, this final season together, we want to make sure we're doing it in a way that it impresses you.
See, so Armand brings something up when he talks about service time. That's exactly what it is. That's why for the next collective bargaining agreement, yes, we're 8 minutes in and I'm talking CBA. Yes, we here. The show's back now. You need to get rid of that. That is hurting the product. If a player like this kid is ready for the Detroit Tigers and you are sitting there telling me, well, we get an extra year and we get all these different things, I don't want to hear that. When you didn't trade Tariq Skubal and when you trade Framber Valdez, the money you paid him, and you're doing the things that you're doing now, if that kid can help you tomorrow, that kid should be in the big leagues. We should not be penny pinching now when we went all in. If we're gonna go all in, you might as well go. Don't play around, because guess what? Tariq Skubal's, you only got a year. Look, man, I want to see this kid in the big leagues, Kevin McGonigal.
Yeah,
I want to see him in the big leagues.
I think there's a lot of players, especially now that opening day is just a couple of days away now. I feel like a lot of players are, they find themselves in a tough situation, especially, we're talking guys in their early 20s for the most part who have shown, to go back to Stefan's point, right? Like, some of these players have played their asses off, all spring training long, didn't participate in a WBC, whether they got an invitation or not. Because remember, a lot of these guys, even though they haven't made it to the big league level, we saw a lot of dudes who play minor league ball in the World Baseball Classic. So to know that some of these dudes possibly declined invitations to, put more effort and time into their craft, which is essentially trying to become a big league baseball player at the end of the day, I respect it, and I think if Major League Baseball could, figure something out here where guys don't have to stay down for longer than they should be, I think something needs to be done.
Armand with another great point here. Super 2 status needs to go. just agree to the amount of control teams I have over. I agree with you. Like, and I'll go the other way. I'll go the other way on the Pirates because the Pittsburgh Pirates are also, and I'm gonna break down all these divisions, but I wanted to bring this point up because this has been a point of contention all around the big leagues, right? The Mets are trying to figure out what to do with Carson Bench. The Yankees, Carlos Legrand didn't make the Yankees.
All right,
right?
Jason Dominguez is starting in AAA too, right?
Jason Dominguez is starting in AAA this year. Dean Kramer for the Orioles, who threw 170 innings in the big leagues last year, he's starting the season in AAA for the Orioles this year.
Crazy stuff.
So it's like there's obviously we understand rosters have to be done a certain way. We get it. But when I see somebody like, for example, Connor Griffin to me needs to be in the minor leagues and he needs to go through that process because I think I saw a stat where he only hit like 125 this spring and he hit a lot of home runs, but he hit 2 home runs, but he struck out like eight times. His exit velo wasn't great.
But what I would say though too, right, for guys like him who are literally like they could almost feel it, right? They could almost like taste it. Like that's how close some of these guys are. Mm-hmm. And I think starting the year in AAA for a lot of these players, it doesn't always, and not to say that you're doing this, right? But it doesn't always have to necessarily be viewed as a negative because next thing you know, these guys are getting called up in May and June, and then they're ripping the cover off the ball,
I got it. What I'm saying to you is I think sometimes I think you're 100% right. You have to be responsible because these are young men that have never done this before. So to some degree, I agree with you. But I also think that these teams have to be exposed for being fearful. You cannot be fearful because you either want to go in all the way or you don't want to go in at all. Like, you can't pick and choose, okay, now I want to do this. Now I want to do that. It's either you're going to go all the way, you don't go at all.
Right.
But like Connor Griffin, I get because he hasn't had a good spring and he's struggling, and I get it. But I could also understand the Pirate fan that says, are you going to call him up when he's ready? Or are you going to pocket this extra year so you don't have to pay him 6 years from now, but you pay him 7 years from now? You understand my point? It's not so much that I don't think that these kids are going to be called up. I just think we can't penalize these kids. If they're ready now, call them up right now.
Mm-hmm.
Especially in the Tigers case, when you're trying to win the Central, the Royals are coming. We already seen the display they put on in the World Baseball Classic.
Right.
The Guardians, we keep counting them out year after year, and they continue just to be here.
They already got the Tigers number.
Right. So, like, if you're the Tigers, you can't play around because you might not have the opportunity to say, oh, well, all right, well, we could slow play. You might not have that ability.
I would go even further and say, and this is not to say that the White Sox are going to compete for a playoff spot, but the White Sox are a better team. Like, these other teams in the Central are not just going to go into Chicago, play the White Sox, and think you're going to slap them up every game. Now, you might run into some of those still, but I think the White Sox overall, pitching, offense, have gotten better too.
Yeah. And the other thing I'm going to tell you is too, right, is if the Twins are going to be bad. We already know the Twins are going to be bad. By the way, there's concerns in Twins camp. Joe Ryan went through his final rehab start. I think it was yesterday or early today. He's only throwing 91 miles an hour right now on the gun.
Damn.
There's concern about, where is he at? His velocity's down. But in all fairness, calm down, Twins fans. I don't want no smoke, because God forbid they get on TikTok and they don't listen to a full sentence and they just out here killing you.
I know, but that's how you know they love the clips though, because we make them a certain time and we get them within the first 5 seconds.
You know what I'm saying? So what I'll say to that is he was at 92 miles an hour last spring and then he ended up rounding into shape.
Yeah.
The reason why his velocity is raising eyebrows now is because he had the back thing early this spring. He was supposed to pitch for Team USA in the Classic, didn't do so because of the back injury. And also teams are also scouting him for a potential trade if the Twins do decide to go in that direction, right? So, like the one thing that you have to be mindful of is Pablo Lopez is out.
Yeah.
If Joe Ryan doesn't return to form, that's two trade chips the Twins can't use to get better going into the future. And I don't care what ownership says. It could be Joe Polad, John Polad, or Jesus Christ Polad. You guys are in a rebuild. Don't tell me this garbage. Oh, we plan to win. You plan to win where? In what world?
Especially with those two guys out, right? Like that's
Come on. And then if you're Byron Buxton, I mean, my boy, come on. When do you hit the tap out button and you can move me now? Anyway.
But the other thing too, though, speaking of Byron Buxton, is the older you get, like he's been injury prone his entire career, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if you were like that early on in your 20s and now that you're aging into your 30s, I don't know if he looks like that shiny object, that he once was.
I get it, but that's why if you're the Twins, the moment you see him having a healthy season, he's available. Who you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Who needs a center fielder at this point?
You know what I did want to say too, speaking about velocity issues, it's not pertaining to the Twins, but in the same division, Carlos Estevez with the Royals, I heard like his velocity isn't, where it typically is at.
Yeah.
So that could be concerning for the Royals, right? Because that's one of your guys who you need him to close out games.
Honestly, I heard he's around like 88, 89, which is not him. He's usually around 97, 98. So I wonder if it's a build-up thing. So I don't mean to ring the alarm bells, but you know what I mean? You talking about 9 miles an hour drop in velocity? Some scary stuff. Don't know how to take that if I'm a Royal fan, but I'd be concerned. Speaking of concerned, because me and you tend to jump around, talk about the game, but I think if you're the Royals, you got to win the division this year. Because I think those kids in Detroit, I think those kids are coming. They'll be here real soon. Right? Those kids, Max Clark, for all accounts, that kid's a prolific hitter, and once he figures it out, good luck. This kid McGonagall can play shortstop. Good luck. Good luck with the both of them, by the way. I just want to let that be known. I have a sneaky take, though. I think the Royals win the Central, and I think Bobby Witt is your American League MVP.
Wow.
And the reason why I say that is because I feel like Bobby Witt in the Classic, being around all those great players, seeing him on defense, seeing him make the plays he's made, seeing him be the type of leader and shortstop on the team that you need, that kid's going to have a special year. Some about him, I just think he's going to have a special year. Go ahead.
No, I was going to ask you a quick question about Bobby Witt. So, because he's top 3 MVP candidate in the American League damn near every year now, right? At this point. But let me ask you this. What if the Royals do win the Central? Like, do you think that's what gets Bobby Witt Jr. over the hump?
I think it helps his case, but I think if you're Bobby Witt, say, for instance, he puts up because they are moving the fences in Kansas City, I'm going to keep reiterating the point. That is very important. If Bobby Witt goes out and hits 40, drives in a $120, and plays Gold Glove caliber shortstops and hits 320, I don't care if Aaron Judge hits 70 home runs. Yo, you got to go. You got to go. Because for everybody that says, oh, you're a Yankee fan. Oh, you're a Yankee. You guys are Yankee fans. You only root for the Yankee. That's bullshit. And the reason why you know that is if Bobby Witt goes out and does what I think Bobby Witt is capable of, Bobby Witt should be American League MVP this year.
Right.
He's that good of a player. And the Royals need him to take that next step. Just like Mikael took the step last year, Mikael Garcia, just like we want Jack Caglione to take the next step, just like Carter Jansen, they're hoping that he's the catcher of the future, right? You need Bobby Witt to be the leader of the new school. Vinny Paz, Jack, him, Carter, the kid Carter Jansen. These kids got to take the step. and he's the leader of that.
And they also have a great guy to learn from, right? Who has actually won with the organization in
Salvador
Perez,
Perez, yes. What I'm saying is, listen, I understand Aaron Judge is great. I get it. I get to watch him nightly, but I get to watch everybody like, because baseball is just it's my life. It's what I do, right? But if I told you Bobby Witt's numbers are 45, 115, and 320, I mean 120, and his batting average is like 315, 320, you telling me that's not MVP worthy?
Oh, of course, yeah.
And they win the Central?
Right.
And eventually, I'm sorry, but I'm tired of seeing your 6'7" ass win MVP every year.
I hear you.
And again, because God forbid that a Yankee fan criticizes a Yankee. God forbid. The blasphemy. Oh my God, but aren't you a Yankee fan? How are you criticizing a Yankee? I'm just tired. I got voter fatigue.
You know what I hate? You know what I hate, bro? So, like, I don't always have Yankee gear on, right? But you know, from time to time, you might see me wear, some Yankee stuff. Like, it is what it is. We've made it clear who we're fans of, right? Like, outside of the show. But I hate that people see, your background. They're gonna see my shirt here, for example, and it's almost as if like that really triggers some people. Like, you don't even have to be. Yo, it is so bad, guys. For those of you who are not following us on TikTok, which if you're not, make sure you are, because this is what we're referring to right now, but also because it relates to what we're talking about here on the show. We don't even have to be talking about the Yankees. They don't even have to be the topic of discussion. But just because you see something of the Yankees, it's like, oh, well, I have to like just come for these guys. And it's like, well, if you just waited a few more seconds and saw the rest of whatever it was that you came across, you would actually understand, like, yo, we're just two dudes talking baseball, regardless of who we're a fan of,
It really is. Yo, it's that simple, bro. I look at the conversations with you, like me and you were sitting in a bar, minus the beer, but that's coming soon. And we just talk. You know what I'm saying? We're just having a conversation amongst each other. And sometimes I think people, oh my God, because the Yankee fans, and oh my God. No, we love baseball. I love the game. I'll be the first one to say I love the game. I love it to an unhealthy level. Listen, watch along Wednesday night. We here. It could have been anybody else. You giving us a Wednesday night standalone game. You don't think me and this guy are going to be here to cover it? You crazy.
What time is that game, by the way? Is it 7, 8?
Games at 8.
8? Okay, got you.
Games at 8 o'clock. So, like, honestly, Rick makes a good point here. It's like Ohtani in the MVP in the NL for the next 3 seasons. I'm not a fan of that. Me either.
Hands down. But I think he's right, though. I think that's exactly how it's going to turn out.
And you know what? If Ohtani goes out and earns it and does what he's been doing, who are we to say? But I just think we just, and I don't want to say this, but we've become too numb to what certain people do, right? Like, if you've done it for 2-3 years and you've won 2-3 MVPs, I'm sorry, I'm automatically disqualifying you. I just am.
Nah, I can't. Dan, so you're against guys winning like the MVP more than like 3 times? That's
you
what
gotta
it sounds
go.
like.
Yeah, enough. Because listen, it's not fair that you and Judge are superhuman. There's other people in the game that are gonna have crazy seasons. What are we gonna just not even look at their seasons because God forbid the standard gets broken? Come on. If that's the case, you could vote for to use another sport. You could vote for LeBron every year.
I would say, though, when it comes to Major League Baseball, and I don't know if you guys would agree with this too, chat, the voting has gotten better for sure. I think now more than ever they get it right, because I'm going to be honest, I look at some of the stats of guys from like in the steroid era back when we were younger, bro. And I'm like, wait, hold on. This dude came in 5th and dude with worse numbers came in first. Like, I just don't know what was going on with the voting system. So when I think of that and I see how, now listen, you can make arguments, I think, here and there about the voting today. But boy, they were getting it wrong a whole lot back then.
I think you're gonna. That's why it's a group. You're always gonna get it wrong. Like we're gonna give our division winners tonight, right? Like we're gonna give our division winners our in-season awards. We're gonna go through that whole process. We're gonna be wrong about like 2 or 3 of these division winners. We're just gonna be wrong.
Yeah, we were wrong about who we thought. In terms of matchups in the World Baseball Classic, this country is gonna advance. This one's gonna get eliminated. We were wrong.
And you know what? We'd be the first one to step up and say, you know what, got that wrong. It's part of the game, and it's just how it goes, right? We're gonna get things wrong. There's just things that you're gonna do on these microphones because podcast microphones should be more expensive, according to some. But when you go, you know what? I'm not even gonna do that. But we're going to get things wrong because we're not perfect. What I will say is, though, the idea that the educated guess is always closer to the right than the wrong is probably where we sit. We don't bat 1,000, but we damn near bat 400.
That's why we're a baseball show. We're not trying to be perfect.
You know what I'm saying? We're not gonna bat 1,000. Just ain't gonna happen. But I'll take 400.
Right.
Last I checked, they put people that hit 400 in the Hall of Fame. Just to let y'all know. So, because God forbid we get something wrong.
Yeah. No, I feel you, bro. I feel you. Trust me.
I want to answer Rick's question here. I'm gonna ask another question or sidebar question. How is Lucas Giolito still unsigned? Razor, this is a very interesting question. And the only thing that I can tell you, or the only thing me and Ivan can tell you, because I want your feedback on this too, is I think he's rehabbing from an injury still, correct? Like he didn't pitch during the playoffs because he was dealing with an injury last year, right?
Right. He was decent for the Red Sox, but I think he only made like maybe 20-something starts.
And then he didn't pitch in the playoffs because he was dealing with an injury, correct?
Probably. I believe
so. So could it be that he's trying to rehab from that injury and teams aren't sure where he is in his rehab? Can he be more injured than he's letting on? Yeah. But also, I think that's going to change when teams are in camp and teams know they need pitching. Teams are desperate for pitching. I think he can be somebody that gets signed.
Yeah, I would say within the next month, month and a half, I wouldn't be surprised if he has a job.
Like, I'm going to give you two teams that I think he could end up with. I think depending on what happens in Baltimore, because Chris Bassett is older, Zach Eflin is older, the Orioles could be the team that you can watch to sign Lucas Giolito. The other team I'm going to give you, just because I think injuries always tend to creep up with this team. Don't know why it happens. But the Dodgers may be in a position where you might have to go out and get another starting pitcher because Snell or Glasnow, somebody might be hurt. And you're like, okay, we might have to do something like that.
Snell is actually, I think, starting the season on the IL, if I'm not mistaken.
That's, right? So, there's going to be questions about whether or not, talk about it because I've been here.
Yeah, we've spoken about that on a couple of shows for those of you guys who were here for that.
Yes, Snell is on the IL. Thank you, Armand.
But even with Snell being on the IL, man,
it's an embarrassment of riches. No, it's an embarrassment of riches. Them brothers, they're gonna be all right.
Yeah, exactly. Like I look at what happened, last season, and a lot of guys were down at one point, right? And look at what happened. So I wouldn't look too deeply into those things when it comes to the Dodgers and their pitching staff until we actually are told, like, yo, this dude is done for the year. Like
Right.
when you see that in the same sentence, excuse me,
Right.
as a Dodgers player is in, then you take it serious. But these dudes just being on the IL, this might be a part of their plan, like I said, to make sure these dudes are ready by September. Yo, we going for that 3-peat come October.
I was just about to mention this. Thank you, Armand. The Reds are the team that could use a Lucas Giolito because
Right.
Hunter Green's going to be out to July with the bone spur surgery. He just had to clean up. Nicola Dolo left his start today with a blister problem on, I think it was his middle finger. So he's had blister problems all spring. Those things could be pesky, and you think it's a small blister, it doesn't mean anything. I think the Reds could be somebody that could use a guy like that, because then Chase Burns, then when you do get everybody back, you got 4 starters deep that can match up with anybody in the playoffs.
I like Burns for the velocity, but I would like to see him be a bit better when it comes to control, have more control of, because just we've heard people on the platform tell us, right? Like I forget his exact words, but I remember when we interviewed Heath Bell, he said a lot of these guys are like, they're just throwers, they're not actual pitchers, if that makes sense. And not to say that Chase Burns is a guy who can't become one of the best pitchers when he puts it all together with that type of velocity, but I just don't think he's there yet, right? So
yeah, and a lot of that is he's a young kid, so a lot of that is him going through the ropes and figuring things out.
I mean, listen, the Reds, they've been there before, because I remember when Chapman debuted with the Reds, he was all over the damn place. That 103, you didn't know if it was coming for your head, your feet,
your ass. It could be anywhere, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I remember.
So the Reds are familiar with this, and the thing I'll say is that Nick Green injury is discouraging to me, because he pitched through pain last year. He was telling the Reds, something's not right, and he pitched in pain in the playoffs. Those last 2 months, he was pitching in pain. So he had some loose bodies in his elbow. Turns out we figured out there was bone spurs in his brother's elbow, plus some loose bodies, and there's some stuff going on in the elbow. So get well soon, Hunter Green. Nick Lodolo, stick your hand in some pickle brine, brother. Let's get these blisters figured out. Let's do something.
All right, Hunter Green one bothers me, bro, because I had him as a Cy Young finalist this year. I had him top 3. I was looking maybe somewhere along the lines of like Paul Skeens, Yamamoto, maybe a Hunter Green, something like that.
Yep, that sounds about right. Speaking of sounding about right, so who do you got in the Central, in the AL Central, before we leave? Because I want to do the NL right quick.
AL Central this year? Okay. If the Tigers actually hold on to Tariq Skubal, I have the Tigers actually winning the American League Central. Only if that happens. If at any point during the 2026 season they decide to move on from that, brother, you lost me with the Tigers, and at that point, it's a toss-up between either the Royals and the Guardians. But if I had to choose one, I'm going with the Royals. So that's my pick.
So I'm going with Royals to win the AL Central. I think the Royals anyway. I got them anywhere between 93 to 96 wins this year.
Damn, you high on the Royals this year.
I am. That offense is no joke. That pitching staff is really, really, really good. You know what I mean? If you can, Bubich can stay healthy, and Lugo, and like that whole crew. I'm a fan of what's happening in Kansas City.
Right.
As far as the NL, this is where it gets fun. Because you can go chalk and say Brewers, and you would not be wrong for doing that, because they just find a way to just do it year in and year out. However, you can't lose Freddie, and we just keep plugging. And I love Jacob Mizorowski, the Miz. Respect. But Chicago, if you were gonna do it, Cubs, this year's the year. The Reds are banged up pitching wise. The Brewers are they just, another fire sale done happened in Milwaukee. They traded their entire infield to the Red Sox. Caleb Durbin, their other third baseman, all gone to Boston.
Right.
I don't know who's playing infield for Milwaukee, but I guess we'll find out.
I think the only thing that kind of sucks, because I also have the Cubs winning the NL Central, because I agree with you. I think what the Brewers have, and I want to start off by giving Milwaukee credit, right?
Yeah.
What they've been able to manage over the past few seasons while deciding to move on from some of the best players in the game is amazing, right? So I want to start there. But I think that can only last but so long, right? I think there has to be like a little bit of luck sprinkled in there. Listen, not to say that they can't go on and do it all over again, because they have, right? But I think the Cubs are a lot better. Obviously, you know, the big splash and Bregman. But I think what they have coming back, right? Like, for example, Justin Steele, right? You know, he was one of their better pitchers. He missed out on last season. He was hurt early last year.
Horton
now you got Cade Horton going back into, you know, his second season.
Right.
What the hell is he going to do after what he did in his first, you know?
And now they got back Imanaga, who they thought they were going to lose. He's back.
Right.
I like the Cubs. I'm a fan. The one thing I'm a little concerned with.
Suzuki is hurt too. I did want to throw that in there.
That's a big injury. Because now you're asking for PCA and Bregman and all them. You're asking them to do more. Nico Horner, you have to do more. The heavy hitting Michael Busch, you're asking him to do more. There's another kid, the catcher. His name starts with an M. Moises, I forgot his last name. Hit the Google for me real quick.
Let me see. Let us know in the chat if you guys know. It's slipping my mind too.
Yeah. And I just looked at his numbers beforehand too. Damn it.
Oh, Moises Ballesteros.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
You're asking him to be
I was
perfect.
thinking of Carson Kelly, but yeah, him too, both actually.
Right. Like they want upgrades from him. So it's like you're asking a lot of these guys to put up the level of production.
Yeah.
Now, when Suzuki comes back, then everybody slides down and we can just play, right? The Cubs pitching has to be great for at least the first month and a half so that the offense can figure itself out. I don't know if you agree with that, but that's what it feels like to me.
Honestly, I feel like this Cubs lineup, they're going to come out mashing early. And I could be completely wrong, right? But I think they look like a more complete team. You know, not that they didn't look good, you know, while having Kyle Tucker in the lineup last season in 2025. But I think Alex Bregman, he's a proven winner, right? Whereas Kyle Tucker, not to say that he didn't come from a winning experience, because he was a part of I guess, could we call it like the Astros dynasty with those guys, you know, back in the day? But I think Alex Bregman is a better fit, you know, especially with some of these young guys who are actually getting better, you know, for the Cubs. You know, I just think he's going to fit, you know, the same way he did with the Boston Red Sox last year. I don't doubt it.
Alex brings this. He brings like this soothing, veteran, calming, champion presence. You walk into a clubhouse, you already know what it is.
Yeah.
And the guy that I think is going to go, two guys I think absolutely going to go crazy this year. I got Michael Busch going absolutely crazy, and I got Pete Crow Armstrong just going nuts.
Yeah, for me, I like PCA. I think he has the potential to be like top 3, top 5.
I just think with Bregman,
my only thing is he has to do it over the course of an entire season. But he got it in there.
But that's what I think. Alex being in his ear for a full season, going, yeah, hey man, if you're getting tired, take less swings. If you're doing this, just don't do this. You know, get to the park early, get your treatment, get off your feet.
You know what it is too when it comes to a guy like PCA, he does it all, man. Like he hits for power. You know, he's a heck of a defender. He steals bases.
He does.
And I think when you play that style of game, like when it gets to the later days, when it's August, when it's September, Yo, if I've been running all over the damn place, sacrificing my body, I might be tired too. Like, I don't blame some of these guys.
But that's when you need a Bregman to be like, hey, young fella, you don't need to steal 2 bases today. You stole 1.
Yeah.
You don't need to crash into that wall. It's all right.
You know
It's
who I
not.
think actually turned out to be that type of player now, as opposed to his younger days? Bryce Harper. Bryce
Mhm,
Harper, like, he was always down to take the extra base. As you said, he would crash into the wall. He would
mhm,
throw as hard as he could, swing it as hard as he could. You watch
mhm.
Bryce Harper on the Phillies now, he has plenty of clutch moments still. He's got it in him. But you notice like the difference in like, all right, I'm
Yeah,
gonna lay back
I'm
here.
not going a
I might
million miles
save
an
it for
hour.
later in the
Yeah,
game,
right,
you
right,
know?
right, right, right. I'm not going a million miles an hour anymore. And that's a young player has to learn that. And it goes back to we need more veterans in these clubhouses, man. You need more veterans in these clubhouses.
Mm-hmm.
You just do. You need more Bregmans. You need more Altuves. You need more Correas. You need more Salvador Perez's. Like, you know who I'm pissed off that don't got a job right now that have to go play in the Mexican League? Can somebody tell me why Wilmer Flores is not in the big leagues with somebody right now?
Yeah, I read about that earlier today.
Come on, man.
Mm-hmm.
You, you know how many stories you hear going up for these former players when you were like, yo, but we have 40-year-olds in the clubhouse. 35, 40-year-olds still active in the clubhouse. Yo, young blood, don't do this. Do this.
Mm-hmm.
Don't go out drinking because you got a day game. Don't do what I do. I'm already past my prime.
Dude, I remember growing up, and I'm sure the chat could, relate to this too. By the way, shout out to all of you who are watching right now. Make
Salute.
sure you hit the thumbs up. But I remember when we were younger, it was normal to see a guy that was 40, 41, 42 years old still on an
Still
MLB
playing.
roster. It
Yeah,
was
yup.
normal. Now
Mhm.
you get to like 35, 36, like, hold on now, like, we want you, but would you take a minor league deal as opposed to a big league
Yo, it's
deal?
crazy, bro. It's
Those are
crazy.
the times that we're living in right now.
It's
It's
crazy.
crazy.
And I'm gonna tell you this. I kind of hate that a guy like Mike Talkman has to take a minor league deal. Why? Mike Talkman's a veteran. He's been around the game. He knows the game better than most.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you got to take a minor league deal? I don't care how bad Craig Kimbrell has been in the playoffs. Craig Kimbrell should never have to sign a minor league deal with anybody.
He's with the
This
Mets,
guy,
right?
yes, but he's not making the team. So what the Mets are asking him is, yo, do you want to stay behind in camp, or do you want to make a decision where we'll let you out of your contract and you go pursue other opportunities? I just think having veterans in the clubhouse, in the bullpen, in the starting rotation, it matters too much.
Right.
It matters too much.
And I think that's why, speaking of Craig Kimbrell, I think that's the prime example as to why he's still able to, land a job these days. Now, I know every year he's playing for a different team, but the fact that he's still able to land, up until this point, but the fact that he's still able to still get the call to still
Mhm,
play, for some of these teams at the back end
mhm,
of their bullpen,
mhm,
while he doesn't have the same stuff, and that's obvious, right? That's a given.
mhm.
There has to be other things to a guy like a Kimbrel as to why teams are still even giving him a chance at this
That's
point.
See, but this is what I think the game's missing now. We get so heavy into the advanced numbers, advanced analytics, advanced this, advanced that. What about the eye test, bro? What about the guy that's in the clubhouse that goes, "Yo, I know you went 0 for 4 last night, but let me show you how to, you know what I mean? You don't got to get on the tee and take 300 swings. You don't got to get on a track, man, and have every pitch 1,000 miles an hour. Don't pull everything. Go the other way. Yo, let's get out here and do the stretch real quick. Yo, hot tub, cold tub. Forget about them hidden meetings they be talking about. Just watch some film. Whatever happened to watching yourself hit? You know
Mm-hmm.
what I want to ask during these hidden meetings, bro? I'm sorry, with sidebar, we can get back to it in 1 second. you hear all these hidden meetings with, but he was here on a laptop and he did this and he showed us this. And it's like, whatever happened to popping in your highlights on the TV and just looking at yourself take swings?
I feel like that used to be a part of what being a professional athlete, not just baseball player, but athlete period was. Like, I remember a lot of players, they would say it was a part of their routine, like showing up to games. I show up early enough, not only to warm up and get myself ready physically, but I also come early enough to the point where I could just sit down and watch whoever it is that we're facing today.
Bingo.
I think today these dudes just show up, cup of coffee, and it's like, we
Bingo.
balling today or what? Like, I'm ready to work. That's it.
And here's the sad part. You don't get better. They still do it on the iPad, but what I'm saying is kick all the analytical people out. I don't care what this dude does in 3-2. If I faced him before, show me what I've done against him. Put the screen share. You know how all Apple products got the screen share feature. You could put it on the TV.
Yeah.
Screen share that bitch, bro. Mm-hmm. Let's take it back to the essence. Oh, but the computer says that he's gonna throw this 3-2. And then when he don't throw that pitch and you sitting here hunting a fastball and he jelly legs you, you be like, whoa, but the analytics said, yeah, but the game ain't played by machines. Mm-hmm. Game is played by human beings.
And I wanna point out this comment here by Rick. This is a great comment, by the way, Rick. They still do in real time on the iPad. That's the problem. You're watching on iPads. Watch the freaking game. Watch what's happening in front of you. I mean, does that count anymore?
And he's
not coming at you, Rick, but I'm just saying.
No. Rick is 1,000% right to just put it out there. Rick, because that's what they do now. Razy, you're 1,000% right, bro. Mm-hmm. What happened to, if we're gonna use the iPad, cool, because you can go to different clips. What I'm talking about is put the iPad on the TV and sit there with your teammates and go, how to get you out? Whatever happened to let's collectively construct how to beat this pitcher today. Tell Jared from IT he could go get a matcha chai tea. We don't need him right now.
I actually got to try one of those. I've tried matcha before, but I haven't tried like the one that's going viral now and all this stuff.
Tell Jared from technical support we don't need him right now. What happened to the dudes that's just spitting out Davis seeds, chewing bubble gum on the bench going, you saw what he just hit you with?
Right.
I just don't like, you know why I love Alex Bregman? You know what I call Alex Bregman? Alex Bregman is a top step savant. I'm going to explain what I mean. Every time you watch Alex Bregman in the dugout, where is he? On the top step. And what is he doing? He's watching the game. He's telling you, he just threw you last at bat. 2-1, he threw you a changeup. Mm-hmm. He might not do it again because you got a good hack off. He might throw a yak at you 3-2, 2-2. So I'm not saying sit curveball, but you know what I mean? Sit slow because he might hit you.
You know what's even more proof that players, again, not just in baseball, but in sports, aren't watching enough film? Mm-hmm. Is because, dude, you have, like, wasn't there a story, for example, I think Chauncey Billups, he did, like, this interview, and I think one of his players, he quickly went into, like, the locker room at halftime, and he was all up on his phone posting highlights rather than focusing on like whatever. What is that? That's a real story, right? Stuff like that happens.
The story is that he walked into the locker room and during halftime, went on social media and posted a dunk of himself on his IG story.
You watching yourself, bro? Like you that obsessed, excuse me, with what you did in real time that you can't just zero in on like the fact that you're working, right? Like. You're making tons of money to do what you love at the end of the day. But, I mean, it is what it is. I think The phones are a problem, man. That's another conversation, not just in sports, bro, but these phones, yo, they are a big problem. My son is 2 and he don't even know what an iPad is, bro. He don't know what that thing is. He's not gonna know what it is for some time. Sorry,
Good.
not sorry.
Nah, keep the technology away, please.
Yo, Rick, I'll leave the iPads for you, bro. Nah, me so.
What's up? He said, I get what y'all are saying. The players that are successful do the little things that analytics don't count for. 1000%. There's a reason why, right? With this next division, I think this is going to be the best division in baseball. The NL East to me is going to be the best division in baseball.
Wow.
I just think the Phillies and the Mets going to be tough to beat. And I think Atlanta, that lineup, if they do what they got to do, they're going to be tough to deal with. I like the Braves.
I think for Atlanta, I have all the faith in the world in the lineup. For me, it's just, can the Braves figure out the pitching? Especially because here's the thing, right? The Braves are not one of these teams that are just looking to play regular season baseball, and that's it. It's a wrap, right? Like, no, this is a team that won the National League East for many years, and they want to be able to get back to that with the guys that they have extended. Because, listen, we've talked about it several times on the show. A lot of those guys on that Braves team, they're locked up for years, but it just so happens that ever since they won that last World Series, it hasn't really translated well.
See, but here's the thing. The lineup has to show up this year too, though. Right? Like Austin Riley has to take the next step. Ozzie Albies has to be Ozzie Albies again. You need a guy like Michael Harris. Yo, what are you going to do? Acuna's been great, but you need more.
Yeah, he just got to stay on the field, bro, When it comes to Acuna, just play enough games to the point where, because I think with this at this point, if he's not going to change his style of play, I think you can almost anticipate that Acuna is going to get hurt. Not that I'm wishing that on him, but, we just had a conversation a few minutes ago about, players, playing a certain way, maybe no longer doing things as they get older, or in Acuna's case, didn't he tear his ACL like twice on the same knee, something crazy like that?
No, both knees.
Both knees. Look at that. Like, at that point, I mean, listen, I'm not as talented as he is, clearly, but even I would have thought, like, all right, now, do I need to steal 40, 50, 60 bags?
Crazy, bro. Like, the thing with Alex Anthopoulos, I think he dropped the ball with the pitching, as you said. I can't count the Braves out. I just can't. Speaking of Phillies, they just handing extensions out like them things is Tic Tacs, brother. So Jesus Luzardo got extended a couple weeks ago. Now it comes out today. Christopher Sanchez got an extension on top of the extension he got less than 2 years ago.
Yeah, this is the second one.
6 years, $107 million. Get paid, young man.
I mean, hey, that's the money that they didn't give to Ranger Suarez. They had that sitting around, so they say, "Here, why not?"
Get paid, young man.
Listen, that Phillies rotation, the Philadelphia Phillies rotation, if all goes well, let's make that clear now. I think that foursome. Now, Aaron Nola needs to bounce back. I need to see. Yes, he did. He did. I need to see Aaron Nola live up to the deal that he got. But I like Jesus Luzardo. I like Christopher Sanchez. And yes, Zach Wheeler is getting older, but let's not forget that he was a Cy Young candidate last year before he went down. Like, yo, if all goes well over there, that's a fearsome foursome, bro. That's a crazy. I'm just saying.
Listen, look. Kyle Stowers being out for the Marlins, I would say the Marlins are the team that I'm looking at going, they can make life uncomfortable for people.
I mean, they did last year.
Jacob Marcy, Kyle Stowers, when he's healthy, he got a grade 1 hamstring strain. He's going to miss the first, I think, 4 weeks of the regular season. So get well soon, Jacob. Get well soon, Kyle Stowers.
Mhm.
But they got some players. They got some players in Miami now, and they got some pitching.
Yeah.
If that offense can hit just a little bit, Miami's gonna be tough to deal with just because they can pitch. Augustine Ramirez got a hit. You know what I mean? Jacob
That's
Martin,
is Augustine, is that the catcher? That's
yes,
the young catcher they have? Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
got to hit a little bit. All right. Sonoha. I'm not saying you got to hit home runs, but you got to get on base. You got to steal bases. You got. I need like a 270 batting average,
Yeah.
270, 280.
Xavier Edwards too.
Yes, got
Mhm.
need something. Yeah, right. As far as this division goes, I'm gonna tell you something right now. They got him from the Yanks for Jazz. Yes.
Right.
I don't know, man. I think if I had to pick a winner in the NL East right now, I'm going Philadelphia, but I'm not going Philly by much. Because here's what I'm gonna tell you. Because contrary to popular belief, because again, we're Yankee fans and we can't have an opinion on anybody else.
Right.
The Mets are gonna be really, really, really good, man.
Yeah.
I don't know why I feel that way, but they're gonna be really, really if that offense can do what I see it doing, they're not gonna be fun to deal with.
Mm-hmm.
We talking about Lindor healthy, Soto, okay. Bo Bichette, he wakes up hitting line drives all over the place. He did the brothers just hits. It's what he does. Soto's gonna be Soto. I'm gonna tell you this right now. If that offense can do what I think they can do, and that's right, I'm not getting off the stance. For anybody that killed me on TikTok, Luis Robert is your NL comeback player of the year. I'm saying it with the chest. I want smoke with all of y'all.
See, for me, it's not the lineup that I'm all that worried about. In fact, I don't have any concerns when it comes to the Mets lineup. Like, are there a couple of guys who I would like to see step it up a notch? If not, they're gonna be on their way out. Of course, Mark Vientos, is one of those guys. I think one player who I think finally took, that next step was Brett Beatty. Can Brett Beatty repeat, some of what he did last season? But for me and Armand and other Mets fans who watch the show, shout out to all of you guys who do. For me, listen, the too obvious. You expect a lot out of Freddie Peralta. I think Nolan McLean's ceiling is high, but you also got to be careful with putting a lot on his shoulders. He is young, and he still hasn't pitched over the course of a full 162. But I think the difference maker for the Mets, and maybe I sound crazy for trying to put it all on one guy, even though I'm really not, is Kodai Senga. If Kodai Senga could actually just keep it all together, because he wasn't awful all 2025. He wasn't. In fact, he was very good early on. He just ran out of gas.
No, you know what?
He no longer had it. If
what?
He could actually avoid that, and now he's got some more help now, right? So maybe that helps. But if he could avoid that, I think the Mets are going to win the National League East. However, if that doesn't happen for the Mets, I'm going Phillies as well.
I listen, the Phillies, I just think the Phillies pitching is a lot more solidified. So that's why I would go Phillies. But
yeah,
if you told me that Kodai Senga, Freddie Peralta, Nolan McLean are your 1, 2, 3, and we're rolling out there in a best of 5, and you got to deal with those 3 brothers, and they're all healthy, I don't want to. No thanks.
And then that lineup too. To go back to your point,
no thanks.
Yeah. The bullpen, I do want to see how they maneuver. No longer having, the best closer in the game, right? And Edwin Diaz for as long as they did. I kind of think Mets fans were spoiled in a way, having Edwin Diaz as the closer for as long as he was. And to no longer have that, there's definitely going to be some more blown saves, right? I think that's a given. But you just hope that the rest of the bullpen could come together as a collective and, hopefully he doesn't look as bad because, listen, Devin Williams, those blown saves, they do seem to pile up quickly.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So, listen, I'm not trying to be negative, but I'm just saying, though.
Yeah. Look, their bullpen is definitely a question mark for me, as Razor points out, but Razor said their whole pitching staff. I mean, I could see his point.
Yeah.
But damn, they got the potential on paper to be really good. They got the potential on paper to be really good, man. And that's what I think I'm starting to embrace, is the fact that this lineup might turn some heads. This rotation, those top three, they might turn some heads. Right? And Christian Scott is going to start the season in the minor leagues. He was one of the top pitching prospects before he got hurt last year, missed all of last year with Tommy John. So it's like, I get the skepticism, but I could also see somebody who says, well, let's see if Jonathan could be an option out of the bullpen at some point.
I think we'll see him again at some point.
Right. So, like, listen, the Phillies win the NL East just because I think they're going to be tough to deal with. Also, I just got to make this point about the Nationals front office. You just out here shitting on everybody from last year.
What happened?
Dylan Cruz didn't make the team. Cruz was in the big leagues last year. Nah, dog. You cool. Robert Hassel III didn't make the team, and he was raking in spring. He was having a great spring. Didn't make the team. Harry Ford, who they traded for from the Mariners. You thought, all right, he's gonna make the team. Ruiz is gonna be the DH. Nope. Got some questions about you, Washington. I mean,
that has been my stance when it comes to the Nats ever since they, made it public that they wanted to move on from the pieces that they got in return from Juan Soto. At that point, I was like, well, I don't even know what to say when it comes to Washington Nationals baseball, because I don't even think they know what they want for themselves,
Listen,
by the way, speaking of the Nats, they have I forget how to pronounce the kid's last name, but I know his first name is Miguel. He's some kid, I believe, out of Brooklyn in New York. He's throwing 101, bro. He's throwing 101. Yo, I saw this clip, I believe, a day or two ago. And I saw the comments, a lot of, some New Yorkers in there bigging him up, showing love. And I was like, hold on, but this dude, like, wasn't he just like in high school recently? Like, he's throwing 101, like, that's nuts. So hopefully, listen, he's got some time, right? Like, we're not going to see him no time soon. But the fact that he's that young, throwing that hard, I mean, you never know if he's another name that comes up on the show at some point.
You never know, man. We like those high velo dudes out here. Speaking of, I just got to get this out too. I just got to get this out because.
No, it's not Alfredo Gonzalez. It's Miguel, like Simon or something like that. He's Dominican. Yeah. Miguel Simon Jr. That's his name.
Yeah. All I'm gonna say is, I guess there's quite CJ Abrams. Because Armand says CJ Abrams will be traded at the deadline. I got the perfect place for CJ Abrams. Are you ready for this? I'd like to see CJ Abrams in a Toronto Blue Jay uniform, playing shortstop for them. I'd like to see that. I think his speed on that turf. I think being about with a bunch of young veterans.
So do you think after? I mean, listen. Speaking of the Blue Jays, and I think we have to get into this, right? After everything that we saw them do in the offseason, so you really think they have more?
You got the Phillies. You got the Phillies winning. You got the Phillies winning NL East, right? So we got Phillies over here. Chad, what you got? Don't know if they have the prospect depth to do that at this point. Don't know if they have the depth to do that. Toronto's tough too. I don't know if Toronto has the depth either, but I think Toronto would be a crazy fit. Ultimately, it's going to come down to injuries too. Who's injured? Who's healthy? When we get closer to the deadline, who needs a shortstop? Interesting little conversation started here.
Yeah. He
Nah,
says the Dodgers, they got everything.
nah, you know what? It's fair to assume that, but I just think like you
By the
gotta
way,
just
King Cash, King Cash, I saw his name earlier.
he was in
Yo,
here.
King Cash, I don't know if you're still here or not. If you are, bro, yo, you might want to follow us on TikTok, bro. The rest of you guys might want to follow us as well, as we always say. But TikTok, King Cash, yo, your fan base, they really be over there, bro. Go get them, brothers, for us.
They
Go
came
check that comment section.
they came for me, boy. Jesus.
But you know it's crazy. I mean, we spoke about it briefly earlier tonight, but as I said, they only, if we do something, that's like 45 seconds to a minute long, based off these people's responses, you could tell they literally saw like the first 10 seconds. And I told you, a lot of people are just listening to respond, not listening to understand. And it's so obvious. And then when you tell these people this too, they get butthurt. Like, oh, but you're the one who said it. And why the hell would you say that? But to go back to your point, we're not always going to be right. And we're not aiming to always be right on this show, right?
Listen. You know why I like saying controversial things? Because you realize who the stupid people are from the smart people.
Oh, they show their ass, that's for sure.
Because I'm gonna be honest. I don't care if this is offensive. Baseball ain't for stupid people. It just ain't. You got to have a certain level of intellect to watch the sport. If you don't, then you can't talk to me. Because if you watch the end of the clip, what did I say? I said, well, it's almost the equivalent of going to the Heat, but I respect what they do because they win. I respect how they go about it. They're not breaking any rules. They didn't kill anybody. They're doing what they do. We can't kill them. They're winning. It should incentivize other teams to do the same thing. But God forbid, in the first 10 seconds of a clip, I should say something so egregious that you look at what sweater I'm wearing or you look at what's in my background and you want to kill me. Listen, kids, if you feel the need to get your rocks off during 10 seconds of a clip, I'm glad I was able to provide that service for you.
Right.
But I'm sorry, I'm not going to stoop down to your stupid level.
And then the other thing too is like, and I always give credit to all of you guys who show up for what we're doing right now, this right here, the live shows, because, while we have people who love us and enjoy the clips, this is how those things are even possible, right? The conversations that Stefan and I have, but also along with what you guys are saying in the comment section too. So it's kind of like, bringing the two together almost and having a baby with them on TikTok and YouTube.
It's just, wait, what did he say? Have made shortstop Gunnar Henderson an offer during last year's spring training, wasn't accepted. Yeah, I read that earlier today. I heard something like that. They offered him like I think the deal they offered him was like 6 at 150. He was like, nah, no thanks, I'm good. Appreciate you.
Yeah, no, I would say no too.
Look, AL East, I'm going Blue Jays again. But I don't feel great about it because the pitching just doesn't feel solidified to me.
I'm going Blue Jays again too, but that's only because I think, now this might surprise some people, I think they're a better team. I know the removal of, Bo Bichette from that lineup, it stands out. It stands out damn near more than anything else, right?
Absolutely.
But when I look at the offseason that they had, which could have been better, right? Because I thought Kyle Tucker was going there all along, and he went somewhere worse. He went, to where King Cash loves. So shout out to y'all. Y'all got him, right? Enjoy that. Right. If y'all don't make that 3P happen, though, King Cash, I make sure you hear, because we got something to talk about at the end of this year. But anyway, even without the Blue Jays making that deal, I still think they had a very productive offseason, right? I like what they did with the bullpen. They acquired Rogers, right? You know, you had Hoffman, who was a little shaky at the ending point of last season. So I think being able to bring some other guys who, listen, I'm not trying to say they got to take his job, but who could make him probably feel a lot more comfortable as a closer. I think it helps, you know. And listen, there was a lot of guys who we didn't think were going to show up last year for the Blue Jays in October, and they did. You know, Trey Savage, Ernie Clement.
Starting the season on the IL, by the way, Trey Savage.
He is, yeah, I heard, yeah.
Shane Bieber's also not all the way stretched out yet either.
Damn.
So there's some question marks with that blueprint.
Isn't Berrios hurt too?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, what is going on with that Blue Jays rotation?
So
somebody send some pitching to Canada.
And that's why it's one of those things where you're like, if Toronto can be, they could just hold on. That offense is going to be a lot to deal with.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
That being said, though, because we're gonna get to the team that shall not be named last. You know where I'm going. I'd be lying to you if I didn't tell you I like the Red Sox and Orioles a little bit too. I like them. The Red Sox can pitch with anybody in the big leagues. Roman Anthony, what are we gonna do? Marcelo Meyer made the team, right? Like, are the Willie Abreu? You gonna take the step up? What are we doing?
You know who actually is starting the season in AAA for the Red Sox? Christian Campbell. Remember that extension that he got early last year, and we were like, "Well, that was fast." He is actually beginning this season in AAA.
AAA. It's because you now.
I think if you remove the extension that he got last year, him starting the season in AAA doesn't look all that bad. No. But when you include the fact that they did come to an agreement, it's somewhat of a red flag, right? I wouldn't panic too much, but it is something worth having a conversation about because you gave the dude this extension early on, very early, right? Without him even really showing you what he's about. Because the fact that he's going up and down AAA, you know, back to the big league level just shows that he's not quite ready yet. But we'll see how things turn out.
Listen, most kids his age ain't ready. That's why the extension kind of threw me because I'm like, bro, you haven't played a game yet.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like the Red Sox.
I do like the Red Sox.
I like the Red Sox a lot. Yeah.
I think the starting rotation is a lot better now. You know, and I obviously Garrett Crochet, you know, Cy Young candidate. Wouldn't be surprised if he probably wins it this year. Could happen.
I think
he
does. I think he's actually my pick.
But I think the additions of Ranger Suarez and Sonny Gray, y'all sleeping on Sonny Gray, bro. Yeah. I know he's an older guy, but the strikeout numbers is still very high for a guy his age, bro.
Listen,
you gotta sign up for that.
Brian Bales
he still pitches a lot of innings.
What
more do you want from the guy?
Brian Bales, the number 4 starter.
Right. Yeah, you could argue. Yeah.
Conley Early doesn't make the big leagues. Peyton Tolley doesn't make the big leagues. What are we talking about? Can we all just look at that embarrassment of riches you got going on? That's crazy to me. Red Sox are the team to watch in the AL East this year.
Listen, I think the lineup is interesting. I
think
the rotation is interesting. I love Garrett Whitlock and Chapman closing games out for them. They were lights out. You know, another year of them is going to be fun to watch.
Yeah.
I think the Red Sox might actually win more games this year. Believe it or not, I think so.
Listen, man. I like Boston. I like them a lot. Yeah. Yeah. And they're going to help the Red Sox at some point, whether it's via trade or they're going to pitch for them at some point this year.
Right.
I like the Red Sox a lot. Just do. Baltimore, They're gonna hit a crap ton. They're gonna hit. My only problem is what Chris Bassett got left in the tank, what Zach Eflin got left in the tank, and can that starting pitching staff find itself? Kyle Bradish, Rogers, like, what are we doing?
I don't believe in it. Too many question marks for me. I think the Orioles, they're gonna have their fair share of high scoring games this year. Like
they're gonna win games 10-9
right?
just because they're
exactly.
Yeah.
But the same way that they're gonna score a lot of runs, they're gonna give up a lot of runs too, right? Because
Absolutely.
of how bad the pitching staff is. And I think, since we're on the topic of the American League East, I think the Toronto Blue Jays, the Boston Red Sox, and the Yankees just have, the pitching side of things at least figured out.
With that said, though, Yankee fans, don't come for me. Don't come for me. The Yankees, to me, have the second best rotation in baseball. I think they got the best rotation in the American League.
Well, I mean, we're talking if everybody's healthy, right?
If everybody's healthy, name me a better five than what the Yankees are rolling out right now.
I mean, it's interesting.
Cole, Fried, Rodon, Schlittler.
Right.
Right. And if we're being honest, Luis Hill doesn't have a spot in this rotation right now. That's insane.
Well, I didn't quite understand that because I saw earlier today, and I know this sounds ridiculous, the fact that I even saw this, but so it came out like they're running with a full man rotation, which I don't think really makes sense when you could just give the job to Luis Hill and just rock out like that, at least.
No, but now. They're doing it because they have days off. The first two times through, they have days off.
Right. But this is my thing, though. What, just roll out with the five that you're rocking out with. Why not?
No, the reason why they want to get through, because they're on the West Coast. So the Yankees' reasoning is, let's get through the rotation first two times through. Because they go to San Francisco, then they go to Seattle. To get somebody to fly all the way to Seattle to make a spot start as your fifth starter just doesn't make sense. And you want to keep everybody on normal rest. They have 2 days off in the middle of so they play the game Wednesday night. They're off Thursday. They play Friday. They play Saturday. They play Sunday. I think it's a 4-game set in San Francisco. Am I correct?
I'm not sure. Is it? I haven't taken a look at the schedule like that yet.
I think it's a 4-game set. I could be wrong, though. Because usually a series doesn't end on Sunday. Usually you play that Sunday.
But I mean, like I said, it's going to be Luis who gets the job. I mean, who else is going to get the job? You get what I'm saying?
So, no, what I think eventually happens is I think it's a battle between him and Will Warren. Will Warren's been great this spring. So I don't know if you automatically are going to assume that Luis Hill gets the job.
True. He may not get the
I don't know if that's
early on, but I think at some point we do see all of these guys, bro. You know how.
Of course, you have to, because you can't get through a season with just 5 dudes. At some point, you're gonna see all these dudes.
Yeah, and that was my whole thing. Like, I understand the Yankees are putting it out according to how the season begins, right? That's what you're pretty much saying. Right. But at the same time, just put your 5 out, right? Regardless of when you finally go to that 5th man. Whether he's on the big league roster or in AAA.
Sunday off. Okay.
Yeah.
So they play Wednesday, off Thursday, play Friday, play Saturday, off Sunday.
Ryan Weathers is another guy I forgot about too. Yeah.
I like him a lot. I like him a lot. I don't care about the spring training numbers. His velo is crazy. That the velo he's throwing with and the nasty changeup he's coming with. Yo, dog. I can understand why Luis Hill's sitting there like, do I have a job right now or not? And I'm sorry, Will Warren wasn't the best guy, but you know what Will Warren did that we don't talk about anymore? He took the ball 32 times.
Right.
He took the ball, bro. He took the ball. Not everybody can say, oh, no, we took the ball. He took the ball, bro.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of times where you look at a guy like, ah, damn, he's not pitching today. He got to hang that. Will Warren took the ball. Didn't complain. Battled in a lot of starts. Didn't know where it was always going, but you understand why the Yankees are high on this dude. Stuff is there.
You know who is the odd man out when it comes to all of this pitching? And it's crazy to say, like, the Yankees actually have like a boatload of pitching, which you need. But I feel like a guy such as Elmer Rodriguez, had he been on any other team, I think he would have been making this starting rotation. But because the Yankees are in a good situation, having all of these guys, like the fact that we're able to go through the names while Cole is not going to pitch, while Rodon is not going to pitch to start the year. The Yankees for a while, and I think there's some people who probably still believe that the pitching ain't as good as it should be. Listen, I think the pitching is exactly where it needs to be. And it's just a matter of Cole, Fried, Rodon, and getting all of these guys healthy and, everything just working in their favor at the same time.
And look, I think Elmer Rodriguez is going to help the Yankees at some point.
Yeah.
I'm going to say something that's absolutely crazy. Carlos Lagrange and Elmer Rodriguez are going to be in the Yankees bullpen this year.
Mm-hmm.
They are going to be your 7th, 8th, and let's get the ball to David Bednar in the 9th, and we go home with a lot of W's. Them two brothers in short spurts coming out the pen. Bam. You talking about two guys that could get anywhere from 96 to 100?
Right.
You sit there and think about that. By the way, and then you watch Lagrange pitch, and it's like, damn, you're throwing 103 and you're maintaining it through 4 or 5 innings. It's like, yo, fam.
It's like watching damn near Dellin Betances all over again, but maybe a better version.
With better control.
Yeah.
Yo, fam. And we're not even talking about the kid Hornquist that they got from St. Louis. He got roughed up this spring, but you talking about a kid that's throwing 100. If they find out if he knows where to put it, boy. With that being said, though, I think the Yankees finish second. I think Boston wins the division. I think the thing with Toronto is they're going to score a lot of runs, but can they pitch? Is the pitching going to be healthy enough to get you through a season?
Yeah, they got a couple of guys, as you said, that are
that would be my thing,
mm-hmm.
Right? Also, you know why this is also crazy too? Because we forget about Tampa every year, and Tampa always finds some way that they're in it come July, August, and September.
Mm-hmm.
They find a way.
Right.
They just do. And I don't know what it looks like this year. I do know one thing, though. Junior Caminero is going to be in my top 5 for MVP in the American League this year.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I think if he doesn't finish top 3, because I think he has the potential to be a top 3 MVP candidate. I think what doesn't push him, to that point is how bad the Rays might actually be this year. Because you got to remember, the Rays, they're looking different in 2026. No more Pete Fairbanks. Brandon Lau, they got rid of him. He went to Pittsburgh now.
Shane Baz ain't there either. Shane Baz is in Baltimore now.
Right. So, you still got a couple of, you got your franchise player, right, in Caminero for the next however many years. And hopefully, the Rays, they better do that man right. Because if they don't, well, I don't know what to say. But, they're certainly going to be the team that, finishes at the bottom, though, for sure.
And look, Yankee fans, don't kill me, but I don't know how I feel about this offense. I'm kind of like, okay. Judge is gonna hit 50, but what else I got to look forward to?
Yeah, I don't care about that anymore. Like I'm
Like,
gonna enjoy it as it happens in real time. We're gonna be here to talk about
but
him
like,
probably hitting 500 feet. Who knows? Because
no,
the man gets better every year. We gotta be
no,
honest now, bro.
he's
The man gets better every year. Like, forget the
listen.
fact that we are fans of the team. Listen, right when you think Judge has shown you his best, he comes back and he's damn near flirting with the game's best at that point, you know?
Let me ask you a question: Is he this generation's Miguel Cabrera?
Honestly, forget Miggy.
He's
I
Barry
think
Bonds.
Judge is in the conversation for, we're talking one of the greatest right-handed hitters of all time. Straight up, I'm talking just talent alone. Now, for those of you who watch the show, you know, whether it be via clip or after, you know, us being live, or even if you're watching right now, forget the rings and all that stuff. Forget all the things that make these, forget the makeup. I want to call that stuff the makeup, right? Just Aaron Judge, the body of work, bro, he's one of the, you could make an argument, like, somebody does not sound crazy. If somebody were to be in the chat right now and say that Aaron Judge is the greatest right-handed hitter of all time, how could you argue that? Right? Now, you could say, oh, but it's Pujols, but it's this, but it's that. But is he in the conversation every single time? I agree.
This too.
That's agree.
Not bad. That's not bad. That's not bad. Either way you go, that's not bad. I will say this. Jazz been talking a lot of hot spiciness. You want to get paid, I need 40-40, my boy. And I'm not settling for nothing less. You said 50-50, I want 40-40. I cut you some slack. Because you talking real spicy like you got something to prove. Look, man. I got to see something from you. Cody Bellinger, it can't be 1 year and you decide, oh, let's fall back in the face of obscurity. Can't do that. Can't do that. Giancarlo, we already know. He's going to miss at least 80 games. So when everybody's freaking out, Jason didn't make the team. No. Jason will be here.
Yeah, of course.
Trust me, he's going to miss 80 games, bro. Stanton at some point will miss anywhere from 60 to 80 games.
Right.
You could book it, son.
You know what's crazy? I feel like for the past couple of years now, his years have started the same exact way. He pulls up to spring training. Yo, my elbows are giving me problems. And then he just starts raking, like, straight up. I feel like last year it started the same way. 2026, yo, bro, I haven't really been feeling like my elbows. Like, I got tennis elbows. And then he goes out there and mashes. I don't know what he does, what flip he switches, but listen, we know what it is when it comes to him.
I'm good. I'm cool. The guy that I feel like is the odd man out, to use your phrase, Spencer Jones.
Oh, yeah, unfortunately, yeah.
Don't know if you see Spencer Jones. Don't know when, don't know if. I'm going to tell you something right now. You cannot tell me that him striking out 30% in the minor leagues is not worrisome. I don't care if he hit 70 home runs in the minor leagues. You strike out that often in the minor leagues where the pitching is not big league level. You might strike out 50 times in the minor. You might strike out like 250 times in the big leagues, bro.
Yeah, you might be on some like Joey Gallo.
You might hit 40 home runs because you're just that strong. But you're going to strike out way more than we like. Why are we bugging? I got to know. Why are we bugging?
Wait, why are we bugging, bro? You know what's
know.
crazy to say, too? Look at the guys that we're talking about for the Yankees, right? Spencer Jones, minor leagues. Jason Dominguez, minor leagues. Elmer Rodriguez, minor leagues. Like, had it been any other team in Major League Baseball, these guys are on these rosters come opening day.
Carlos looking out here, minor leagues.
Yeah, like I would go as far as to say, I think there are certain teams right now, and now I'll leave, you know, who you think that is up to you guys. But there are certain teams right now who they would insert Spencer Jones right in the middle of that lineup.
Absolutely.
They would do it right now.
Absolutely. So I got Boston winning the division. I got the Yankees finishing second. I got Toronto finishing third.
Wow, damn. But yo, so you ain't got the Blue Jays as good as they were last year?
The pitching.
Yeah.
The pitching is a problem to me.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna hit. Can they pitch though? I got the Orioles finishing fourth, and I got the Rays in last place.
Really? Got you. I think, see, for me, in terms of first place, I don't have the Red Sox winning the division. Not quite yet. I do have it being a very, and when I mean very interesting race, I'm talking damn near to like the last like few games of the year between the Yankees, the Red Sox, and the Blue Jays.
Okay.
The Orioles, you know where I stand in terms of the pitching. I don't think they did enough.
We both are there,
but I got the Yankees
hurt,
especially with the pitching.
Hurt.
Yeah, he is hurt, Chad. I got the Yankees winning the division. I got the Blue Jays finishing a close second. And as I said, I mean, even the Red Sox could finish second too, right? Like I think first, second, and third in the American League East are going to be very close. Shrek, that's crazy, bro. Yanks fourth is wild. I think a lot has to go wrong for them to finish fourth. And Baltimore's pitching needs to like come from like another planet because that's the only way I see that happening.
Yeah, no. Shrek just be out here just trolling, just a troll though. So I can't.
Nah, he might be serious. I'm taking that serious.
If he is, then either way you go. Listen, if the Yanks do finish fourth, it's not inconceivable that they finish fourth.
I know you'd be somebody who would say it, you know.
Because big fella goes down, and the season ain't a season. It's a morgue, right?
Oh, okay. I see what he's saying. So I guess he responded to what he thought we were bugging about. I don't blame you, dude. Like, listen, this is not like I know we come for these fans, but here's the thing: he didn't just wake up today and start feeling that way.
Okay,
he feels that way because he's been seeing something. I just want to come to these people's defense, right? Like while I have faith in this starting rotation, right? And I was saying that before 2026. Y'all heard me on this platform, and you know it too, Stefan. I was like, yo, I really love, if healthy, the 2026 Yankees starting rotation. But at the same time, when you see something over a certain period of time, like I can't get mad at fans like Brother BKL that's like, yo, I done seen it already, you know?
Okay. So, bruh, I'm gonna call you brother. He's not wrong. Here's where I have a problem. Aaron Boone does not make the decisions. And when we start to realize that, then it's a different situation.
Yeah.
Like, if Aaron Boone was the one making the decisions, then I'd agree with your point. He's not.
And by now, just to make it clear, now that you're saying that, interesting to know that you're a Yankee fan and for the rest of you guys, but we should all know that by now, right? Like, you know, I know some of you guys, you know, have been supporters of the show longer, but even for those who are new, you guys got to know that without even watching us. Like, it ain't Aaron Boone that's calling the shots, you know?
And I've been saying this, so everybody that says, Lord, criticize Boone. I agree with you.
Wow, really?
I agree. Yeah, I agree with you. I think none of these teams are World Series contenders. None of them.
That's crazy.
I think Rays is on the money with that. I
give the American League East a better shot than I do the American League Central. I mean, if we try to start somewhere, I give teams in the East a better shot at going on a deeper playoff run than those in the Central.
So
now once you start talking Mariners, for example, right? Now that's where things get interesting because I think the Mariners are, you know, one of them, you know?
Yeah, I think you talk about Seattle. I think you start talking about KC. I think if we get a little bit more from that lineup, you telling me Schoolboy Valdez, I don't want to.
I don't believe in the Tigers. I don't.
I get it, but I'm saying I think you can see a World Series contender coming from somewhere other than the American League East.
Exactly, and I think the Blue
Because
Jays were a good example of that last
I
year.
think I don't think Toronto's as good this year. I think the Yankees are like older. I think the prime, the window has closed. Okay. I think the Red Sox are figuring out how to win. Baltimore, we know what the problem is. They can't pitch if you gave them a tutorial and told them, no, this is how it works.
But unlike the National League, and I know we're on the topic of the American League. I think the American League is wide open, bro. Now, are there teams that are viewed as favorites? Absolutely. But
Like
the Dodgers are a lock in the National League, right?
I think
Like,
that's fair.
I don't think we could say that about any team in the American League. Can we sit here and have the conversation that we're having right now? Yo, here's why the Mariners have a better shot. Here's why you may think the Tigers or whomever, right?
See,
You could have that conversation about the American League.
Razor, replace the Guardians with the Tigers, and I'm here for it.
Mm-hmm.
Replace the guard because I don't know if the Guardians have enough offense to get you through a full season. They don't score enough runs. That's my beef. Like they gotta score runs.
I'm not mad at you having the Guardians, for example, as a playoff team. I mean, after what they did last year, I mean, if anybody has them making it early on, I would respect it. But I agree. You need certain things the deeper you make it into the playoffs, and the Guardians are a team, they don't have it all figured out, so.
Look, Tigers, Mariners, I'm not mad at, but I'm going to tell you, I'm going to throw KC in there. I'm going to substitute the Royals for the Tigers for the Royals and say it's Royals, Mariners in the championship series next year.
Wow, that's fun.
Yeah, I look at that Royals team and I'm like, yo, you guys could be special, man. Is it perfect? No, it's not perfect. But I want it to be fun. Now, you want to hear a crazy pick? You know who I think makes a wild card next year?
Who's that?
The A's.
I know why you would say that.
Laugh. It's okay. Laugh. I understand. Laugh. That lineup, I got nightmares, bro.
Well, I'm gonna say this right now. I don't know if because I know a lot of you guys stick to, especially where we're located on a lot of these teams on the East Coast. But as you know, here on the show, we cover all teams. The Oakland A's have a top 5 lineup in the American League. I'm gonna go ahead and say that.
Listen,
the Oakland Athletics, you could make an argument that those youngsters
the
crack a top 5 if you were to do a rankings in terms of best lineups in the American League. Now, I know some people probably thinking, they hear that and they're like, yo, what the hell? Yo, there's no way. What you saying?
Listen,
why you think the A's are giving out all these extensions? And speaking of extensions, I think they just offered one to Nick Kurtz, but I heard he's like, I don't know.
Yeah, you ain't lowballing me. I'm about to go out and contend for American League MVP. I'm good.
Yeah.
Look, the pitching leaves a lot to be desired. I'm not mad. They're not the Oakland Athletics anymore. There's the Sacramento, Vegas, nomadic. We play everywhere A's.
Whatever the hell they are, and I'm gonna keep saying that until we know.
But I will say this: I'm gonna go as far as to say I think they got the best lineup in the American League.
Oh, that's tough, bro.
We can argue it.
I'm not arguing because I have him as one of the best. I just wouldn't go
where you got him. I would say it's the A's, Baltimore. Okay,
Baltimore's interesting. Okay,
Baltimore's lineup is really good. We're just talking about lineups. I'm not talking about pitching, and I'm just talking about offense.
I'm here.
A's, Baltimore. I would say Boston's lineup got the capability to be really, 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 really good.
Right.
And if you want to throw KC's lineup in there,
the Yankee lineup is in. The thing with the Yankee lineup, it's not as deep as some of these other teams, but when you just start the conversation, for example, with Aaron Judge, Cody Bellinger, Jazz Chisholm, that's a lot. That's a nice way to start.
It's good.
That's a nice way to start a conversation.
It's good, but let me ask you this: is it better than that? Is better than that A's lineup?
It's not as deep.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
Like you could make the argument that I think the lineup we're sleeping on in the American League is the Royals. I think the Royals have, you see, and this is coming from a Royals fan. Me and him are going to disagree. I'm going to tell you, I think KC's lineup is really, really good.
Right.
I think them moving the fences in is going to help that line. I think you're going to get more from Jack. I think you're going to get more from.
I do think the Royals are going to be better this year for sure. They're going to score a lot more runs. That's another given, right? But outside of that, I don't think they have, like, I don't know. I can't really put them up there for like best lineup in the American League, but we'll see though.
So if you take Boston out, all right, I'll take Boston out, and I agree with you. I think we'll put
KC close third is crazy. Yo, y'all high on some of these guys, bro.
No, man. Listen, man.
But wait, hold on. Like, how we not, like, I know when it comes to the Mariners, we talk about the rotation and that being elite. Yo, that lineup though, Julio Rodriguez, Kyle Riley, Josh Naylor now, Randy Arozarena, like, we gotta show some respect, bro.
It's good.
Like, listen, we gonna be here all night if we gonna do this. Let's not kill each other.
No, it's good, but I don't go into the game thinking about Seattle's lineup. I go thinking about their rotation.
Nah, I agree with you. That's why I started my point off with the pitching. Yeah.
Listen, the rotation's solid. Don't get it twisted. That's a solid rotation. But if you're telling me who got the top 3 lineups in the American League, I'm going Athletics. I'm going Orioles and the Yankees and KC is a toss-up. Who you want to take third?
Right.
Houston got a sneaky good lineup too. I'm not going to hate. If they're all healthy, that's not bad.
Yeah.
But they ain't been all healthy for a hot little minute now. That's all right. So we figured out the AL East. I got Boston. You got Toronto.
No, in the American League East, I said Yankees.
Oh, you got the Yankees winning.
Yeah, I said I got Yankees winning because I'm big on the pitching. You know, like when we actually get to see. And I know it's gonna take some time, but when we actually get to see all these guys together, if the offense does what I think it could do, as they did last year, now, you know, we're not talking about whether they show up in big moments or not, but over the course of a regular season, if these guys do their job, absolutely. And then I have it being a toss-up between the Red Sox and the Blue Jays for second place. Okay, I'm not all that high on the Orioles, bro. I love the offense. I love it. I love Gunnar Henderson. I like Pete Alonso there. I think Jackson Holiday is going to be even better than what he was last year. I'm not a fan of that starting pitching, bro. I'm not at all.
Taylor Ward in that lineup is serious.
I think I've said it once and I'll say it again. I think the Baltimore Orioles have done a terrible job at replacing Corbin Burns. They have. And that's where I stand.
It's true. So we know who's winning the NL West, so this is not a debate. The Dodgers are winning that division by at least 10 to 15 games. It's just who are the sacrificial lambs that come in second, and I'm going to surprise you with my pick, who I think comes in second. If everything goes the way that I hope it goes, I'm taking the Arizona Diamondbacks to finish in second place.
Wow.
I know Corbin Burns got to come back, and AJ Puck got to come back, and Martinez got to come back. I get all that. And then Merrill Kelly's on the IL. We understand it. But Arizona going to have something to say, y'all. If they all healthy, by the time we get to September, tell me a team that's not as scary as the Diamondbacks line. That Diamondbacks team is serious.
Yeah, the good thing, I know you were talking about pitching, but the good thing about Arizona too is they could hit. Like
that lineup
you could put their trio of Corbin Carroll, Ketel Marte, and Perdomo in the conversation for like top 3 against like some of these other teams, and
I think you're gonna get Gurriel back this year. I think I like the Diamondbacks, man.
Yeah,
I just do.
I was going to ask a question about the Dodgers, though, because obviously, you know, why even have the conversation about the National League West? But we're going to have it either way, right? For the sake of the show. But, do y'all see them flirting with like 105, 107 wins or not? Not this modern day version of baseball.
It's too hard. It's
Yeah.
too hard. It's because they don't care about the regular season at this point.
No, and they shouldn't.
So
They shouldn't, right?
if they win anywhere from 93 to 97 games, they got the division sewn up. They don't care about winning the division. I think I got him anywhere between 93 to 97. Armand says they're at 93 games. I got him anywhere between 93 and 97.
Dodgers win 93 games. Armand, it's a little low. I have them
That's a
winning
little
more,
low.
actually. Yeah.
Anyway, that's why I said 93 to 97, because I could see them ultimately finishing in the 95, 96 range.
Yeah.
Where they win the
Mid to
division
upper
by
90s. Yeah.
Yeah, they they don't get to 100, but they're sniffing right around it, maybe like 97, 96, 97. Just think winning 100 games in this modern era is hard. It's just hard to do.
You know what I think is going to benefit the Dodgers, though, this season? I know you look at all the names that are on the team, especially that starting rotation. But, yo, that offense, man, I think is going to help the fact that, if at any point too many of these guys are down pitching-wise, that's why you got a guy like a Kyle Tucker to, we might have to score 10 runs to actually blow out some of these teams,
And the thing is, they can. We're not even.
Right.
They can do that. I'm not high on the Padres. I'm not high on them at all. I think it's time to put the wrecking ball to that team. I'm done with them. I got the Giants finishing ahead of San Diego this year, just because I'm sick of watching the Padres just come up short.
I like the Giants. And there's a few guys on that team who I'm a fan of, right? But they always finish the season like hovering around 500. I feel bad for them, bro. Like at some point, because I think if you put them in any other division, they're probably fighting for first place.
I agree with you, yeah.
But it just so happens that you're in the same division with the Dodgers, and then you got teams such as the Diamondbacks trying to, come from behind and take your spot.
Yep.
You're trying to beat up on the Padres and finally become the second seed in the West, and that's not, something to brag about, but that's just the way the National League West, I think, has been for a very, very long time, because the Dodgers, they've won that division how many times now? I lost track, honestly.
Somebody said they won it like 12 out of the last 13 years.
Something crazy.
That is insane. But Armand with the Giants bullpen is a question mark. And we agree, Armand. I think the Giants bullpen is a question mark. They lost Ryan Birdsong. He actually had Tommy John surgery. He's done for the season. But you know what? I'm going to just come out here and say it. I just hate the Padres. Kill me, Padre fans. I can't stand them. I've had about enough. Like, they're a great regular season team. They're like the front running team that when they hit a lot of threes, it looks sexy. But when they can't throw the ball in the ocean, it looks like one of the most catastrophic things you've ever watched in your life. And I'm just tired of watching them get punched in the face in big moments. I'm tired. Let Arizona.
That's after believing in them, right? Because I want to make it clear. I do agree with you, Stefan. But this is just me, or us in this case, not just not wanting to believe in the Padres. We have believed in them long enough to the point now where we're like, all right, we've had enough.
It's like, all right, bro, like, how much you going to tease me? It's either you're going to do it or you ain't. Figure it out.
Like, how many years are we going to talk about you guys having the best bullpen in the game, right? Like, come on now.
Listen, so Shrek with a great point. Rockies will finish in last. I think that's fair.
That's true.
I think that's fair. I think the Dodgers finish in first. I think that's fair.
Shrek, and I think you putting money on that? You might as well.
By the way, prospects, hit us up. Yo, listen, let's do a quick over/under. How many wins? I got the Dodgers. I got them over 94.5.
Over. I'm over.
I got the Rockies at over 105 losses this year.
I don't even know anymore, bro. Like, I mean, I think they're gonna lose 100 games. So you got me there.
Listen, I don't know, man. I think Arizona might be sneaking in and becoming like a little wild card situation happening.
Yeah,
I can see it.
Yeah.
Pitching's
But
that
I
good.
think it's gonna take some time for us to see the version of Arizona that
But
you're hoping for. Because to
word.
start the year, we already know what they're dealing with, right?
No
So
burns.
it's probably not gonna take place until like the midway point of the season.
Mhm.
And I think at that point, while we don't really have him making the National League West interesting, but the Diamondbacks, you could certainly put them in a conversation for like a wild card spot or something. Yeah.
Let me ask you a question. Best of 5. You going best of 5. If that Diamondbacks rotation is healthy, you want to see it?
It depends who I am. Like, which team am I?
So let's say, for argument's sake, I'll just throw a team out there. Let's say, for argument's sake, you're the Cubs.
Mhm.
You see the Diamondbacks rolling with that rotation, best of 5 short division series. Are you not shitting on yourself a little bit, knowing, yo, damn, we got to deal with this one, this one, this one? Not fun, man. Not fun.
I do think they could make a series interesting. But in this case, because you mentioned the Cubs and the Cubs are, my team to win the NL Central, I'm going with the Cubs. Yeah.
Okay. But I can say the reason why I'm mentioning Arizona, I think Arizona, outside of the Dodgers, is the team that I'm looking at going, yeah, something about you. I don't wanna. I'm good. Like, I'm good.
Mhm.
Someone says approach with caution. Don't overstep. They will electrocute you.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? I'm good. I don't want no problems. Um, and then we could do this during the live show, during the watch along, because we're gonna do the MVP. But we'll save that for the watch along, because there's gonna be breaks in between the action, so we could do the MVP. We could do the
Mhm.
other season awards and stuff like that. But yo, this was a great show. We appreciate you guys for showing all types of love. It means a lot. Ivan, do you have anything, man? Anything on
Yeah.
your heart?
I had something in mind for sure. So as Stefan said, make sure you guys stop by Wednesday night, for Giants Yankees. The game is at 8, you said, so we'll probably be here for
Yes.
9.
9.
We like to hop on an hour into these games because if not, we'll end up being here 3-4 hours, and that don't sound good, at least not to my ears. But anyway, I want to say something quickly, Stefan, before we leave, because we are now entering our 3rd season that
Full
we are
season.
about to cover, right?
Mhm.
We did 2024, we did 2025. And now we are entering 2026. Some of you guys have been here for over a year now. I forget, how long some of you guys have been here for. Some of you guys just came on board a couple of weeks ago, right? Listen, regardless of when it is that you guys got into us, we appreciate it nonetheless. But as we always say, continue to engage with the content, right? We are on other platforms, not just YouTube. But if you just want to stay here, I ain't mad at it. You can stay your ass right there as long as you keep showing love. But like Stefan likes to say too, right? Always, tell people who are fans of baseball about us. That's if, as we like to say here on the show, we hope you guys love this show, right?
Listen,
But with the fact that you guys, always show up and show the amount of love that y'all do, I don't doubt it. So
means a lot. Listen, man, join the family today. We at 316. I'd like to be at 320 by the time we hit opening day. So if you can help us get to that'd be great. Armand, we didn't forget you, man. We gotta have Armand on the show one of these days, man. We keep.
Oh, I blame you, bro. I told you, Armand, yo, I'm out of this, bro. That's between stuff.
No, I'm ready to go. Like, whenever he's ready, we ready to have you, bro. So just hit us up, please, because we didn't. I forgot. I'm gonna be honest. We've been doing a lot of stuff, but we didn't forget you, bro. No, we didn't forget you. We gotta have you on the platform, man, for real.
Mm-hmm.
So hit us up, hit me up on the Discord, you know what I'm saying? And we'll work out a date or whatever. But
let's have a good year, man. Honestly. Like I'm hoping that we having a good year.
You want to do it during the watch along? We ain't doing nothing but watching the game anyway, bro.
I don't mind, Armand. I don't know if you want to sit here because we're gonna be here probably for about 2 hours.
Like if you want to just hop on for like 20 minutes and just chill out, you don't got to be here for the entire show. But let's do Wednesday.
Yeah, let's do that. You could. We're going to do an Armand face reveal on Wednesday for like, maybe quick 20, 30 minutes.
Yeah,
and
man.
then I guess Armand, if you want, just leave and then just hang around in the chat and whatnot. We
For
can do something
sure,
like
man.
that.
For sure. Yeah, nah. Armand this Wednesday, man, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
We ain't forget about you, brother. I had to make it happen. So he said this Wednesday, we're gonna do this Wednesday.
He's good. All right. Yeah. Listen, I'm excited for Wednesday. Not only am I excited for Wednesday, I am beyond excited for 2026 and what it is going to bring. I think Stefan and I are going to crush a lot of our goals. I think we might end up surprising ourselves, when it's all said and done.
And that's
by
all
the time the end of 2026 is, finally here. But as always, we need your help, right? So continue to show up, right? Because we will definitely continue to show up ourselves. And that's all I got to say, bro.
We ain't got to go home. But we got to get the hell up out of here. See y'all Wednesday, folks. Peace.